Alrighty, welcome back, Warriors, to game number 2 of the grand finals between Team Diff and Tony and friends in the Phantom Festival Valorant side of the tournament. So we've got the game 2 almost ready to go, but we've got a different map now as Haven was taken by Team Diff on this first one. Jack, what are you expecting on Fracture here?
Well, yeah, from our previous map, we did see that Tony and friends, they were a lot more comfortable on the defense side of things. And um, yeah, we do see that Team Diff are going to be attacking first once again. And Tony and friends in their comfortable position here. Fracture, I love just the cable part of the map. I'll be honest, it's not very good analysis, but it is true. Just that humongous cable area. And Fracture does have a lot of corners, a lot of interesting sight lines that you have to be aware of and play around. But what are we looking at for these team comps? Some different agents for each of these players so far.
Yeah, so we've got the Breach being hovered with the Chamber locked in, as well as the Fade onto Dash, and Noel and Dog are both also hovering. There's a lock-in from Dog on the Brimstone as Noel on the Neon, and probably the Breach as well. The Breach, very strong agent on this map. That Rolling Thunder from the underpass part of the map, covering majority of one of the sites there. I believe it is the B site that it can do that onto, but on the other side, though, once again, we're seeing how the playstyles of these two teams differ.
Choose your agent.
With more defensive side agents. We've got the Chamber. It's pretty common now on every single map with how strong that operator ability is. But, oh, we've got the Viper as their the controller on that side. But instead of the earlier agent that Covey was hovering, they're going to be switching to the Fade here, as they've got a double controller composition, which I am a pretty big fan of, but it really depends on how you're able to control that space with double controllers.
All right, you love to see it. And I'll be honest, if we do a little flashback towards that previous match, I just want to see some more great Valorant played. It was so close throughout the entire series of maps, throughout the entire series of rounds, excuse me. And once again, hopefully, we should be in for another bang.
And starting this one off, we're going to have most of the defending side of Team Tony and friends leaning towards the B site, and just the lonesome player of Covey on A, as Spencino is actually going to be rotating over to watch the sand area, from Heaven. So a little bit heavier, stronger defense on B, but as always, you're going to have a Chamber who's able to rotate very quickly onto the other side of things if need be.
Yeah, and this is sort of the 50-50 call here. We do see that Team Diff is leading quite heavily over towards that A side, and we see the response here already from Tony and friends. But this means that Team Diff should have the first move pushing onto the site here.
Yeah, very fast execute coming out. Hoons is going to be pushing forward. Noel sliding through the action here as they get it pretty aggressive onto the smoke, and Hoons is going to fall to Spenzino now. A 4v5 situation and not a lot of utility on the attacking side.
Nicely done from Dash, picking up 2, picking up almost 3 here, and Dog with another kill on the Cure as well. It's all going to be Tony and friends. Dav, PT, how are they going to get this retake here?
Last player standing.
Nice response from Fart.
That's going to be a good molly going onto the spike, and that's going to stall enough time. Dog in this 1v2 is going to be very careful not to overpeak. There's the first onto Dave PT, the low player as well. Good jump spot as well to try to find one. That's a nice dink, and that should be almost... Oh, a collateral situation could have been possible for Dog, but Dave PT, excellent trading and spacing to get the kill right back and defuse that spike, taking them up in the first round of the pistol.
I like what Team Diff were trying to do here. They knew that with the pistol round, it is a lot more of an even playing field. So if you get that full rush, get the position that you're comfortable with, that's how you're going to be able to take advantage in these fights. But Tony and friends were just able to play so beautifully around the space. That was that site there. And I like that you mentioned the molly, trying to buy time, but in the end, it just was not enough. And now Tony and friends up 1-0 in this round. Still a pretty even buy, a bit more economical for the side of Team Diff, but now pushing a bit slower towards that A site.
Yeah, and generally, as the attackers, if you're able to get the spike down on the first round, forces do sometimes go your way, but if they don't, you're going to be on a really low buy for the round before. So, full investment here from the side of attack, doing the exact same execute, but this time around, Hoon's going to get aggressive, and Spenzino is going to be on the receiving end. Last time, Spenzino winning that one out, and now Hoon's going to capitalize.
And now it's all on Tony and friends to try and scramble back towards the A site. Now, how are Team Diff going to be able to respond? Covey it's going to make it a bit of a challenge for him. Cure as well, 520. It's all even 2v3, but jumping in here now on site are Tony and friends. I feel like this is symptomatic of Team Diff and a lot of their losses, especially on the attacking side. They always go for the plant and then immediately back out of the site, and then it's up to them to push forward onto site again.
Yeah, and Fart is gonna put down the smoke, sky smoke onto the spike to fake the defuse, but 7 HP doesn't even want to risk defusing and wants to just try to get some guns down, and that's gonna be 2 guns down. Just 520 is gonna get away with their life now, and so just 1 gun being carried over as once again they aren't able to secure the second round on their bonus or their ecos. Excuse me.
We have a 1-in-1 again here, and it is all too familiar from what we've been seeing in that previous match. Nice use of the cables. This just looks so cool. It's so awesome. Anyways, we do see now a bit more priority being placed by Tony and friends towards that A site with a 2 to 3 split, excuse me. And I like the fact that Kobe is just in the back here.
Face your fear!
Yeah, and that's going to be a good haunt onto site. Should be able to clear most of it, but there's nobody on there playing the site, and that's fast execute once again, going the way of Team Diff, as Dog is going to try to run through into the upper area of the B site and is able to clear it out. Post-plant situation once more for the attacking side.
All right, this is where we are familiar, and Spenzino going to be taking out attackers. Team Diff, they're just able to make it look so easy with those 1v1s, able to win out and do get that round win there.
Yeah, taking space so aggressively. Right now, the name of the game for the side of Team Diff has been executing off of the rip, and I think one thing that Tony and friends need to do a little bit more to try to keep this one more for their favor is that they really need to use a lot more early util to stall and slow down the pushes, and that's one thing we saw that they struggled with in the first map as well. But going into this one, I'm almost full buy for both sides.
All right, almost full buy. We do see a bit more priority placed again on towards that A site, but it's just such a powerful ability. We do expect a bit of a collision here. Spenzino winning out on the trade on 1v1. On 520, Dav PT with a double kill there. Nicely done. And Tony and friends, they're making light work of it so far. How are Team Diff going to respond?
That's just dash now.
Spike enabled, but he is caught between a rock and a hard place. Out of the frying pan into the fire, does pick up the kill onto Fart, and now has a bit more space to play with. Can try and press his advantage. Nothing to worry about behind him, but it's all going to be in front. Is going to be taken down. Despite 3 kills, Tony and friends are here to play.
Yeah, big win there, as now they're able to carry these guns into the next round, but it looks like the side of Team Diff is still going to be able to buy up here, most likely not with full utility as well, but just enough so that they can probably get a hard execution onto one of these sites here, as that's been what's working for them. And I think it looks like they're going to be leaning towards the A site of things, as well as Dav PT putting that Viper wall in the right spot to really stop this push in halls and main.
Yeah, we have sort of seen the Team Diff style, be it on attacking, instantly use your aggressive carries and aggressive agents to push in towards there. Covey taken down, and that's who's pushing in once again. But we have sort of seen them just been able to push in very cautiously, push in aggressively. Either style works, but once they're in, that's when they back away to go towards the disengage before the retake and be in positions that they're familiar with, that they're comfortable in.
And Covey just trying to give some sound cues over to defense, keep them on their toes, and guessing where they're going to
Face
hit
your
here.
fear!
As it looks like most of them are going to head towards the B site with the fake from Dash coming out, using almost all the utility of Fade there. Nightfall, Haunt, Seize, Prowler, everything going out there. As the spike will go down towards the B site, as Hoon's going to get a cheeky kill onto Dave PT.
Yeah, nicely done from Huns there on Dav PT. Now, Tony and friends have a lot less to be working with. Instead of going for the disengage, the classic team diff style, they are planting their roots in this B site here. And now they're actually fanning out a bit more. 5v2, that's a room you can play with. Mark's gonna get caught out instantly by Dog. Gonna take Spenzino all alone here. And yeah, this might be it's not looking too hot for Spenzino right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, and Spenzino knows that, so just gonna hide towards the heaven side of things on the A site to save this Phantom into the next round. They've also got the Showstopper to work with if they really need to try to win this next one, because they may have a couple abilities on the table for them, especially the Orbital Strike and the Showstopper, both abilities that can take agents down and convert guns over into the other hands of the players of the team. And it does look like they may be going for this opportunity, as Covey has also bought up a Vandal.
Yeah, I like the options. We rarely see broken buys at this level of our teams here in the grand finals, and I really like to see the uniformity, the absolute communication that isn't required. They just know where they're going to go. They have their game plan set out, and love to see a team of 5 working as one here. That is team diff. Rarely are they disjointed. Same with Tony and friends. They always know what's going on the same page, and it makes these rounds so exciting to watch. Neck and neck here, pushing towards B site, swapping it up from A, and once again in the conga line formation, pushing very cautiously now.
Yeah, taking control of that lower space underneath the passage towards the arcade side, as Kurua spotting with the knife here was probably seen from Noel, and that's a lot of information given now. Holding tower with the shorty as well. This could be a tough situation as Noel gets shot down.
Nicely done from Kira, able to get that shot there with the on top of the cable grab. It is Huns who is going to take out Spenzino here. Now 3v3, but Huns has something to say about it. Dog as well. All up to but now it is going to be Team Diff taking the 2-round advantage here with that nice set of 1v1s there.
Yeah, and they didn't even invest that many ultimates into that round. They only ended up using Fart's ultimate of the Orbital Strike, still holding onto that Showstopper. And now as well, they've got the Nightfall as well as the Tour de Force online. So this should technically be a full buy with just Covey maybe sitting on that Light Armor Guardian.
There.
Yeah, and I love the way that Team Diff has been using the split spawn fountain here. Able to press on different sites with different advantages, but never always mixing it up. Kura though, nice pick there.
Toons is going to fall from that one there. Repositioning back into the canteen as Spenzino taken down by Dash, and it's just Dave PT for now as Covey's making their way over from the dish. Very good timing on that Viper poison as well as the Viper wall to stall the push, but the flash is going to be good coming out from 520 as they execute onto the site.
Alright, nicely done here. They are going to go for the plant with 520. Dog taking out Fart as well. And now a 1v4 situation for Kira. The meatball of Team Diff is going to be tough to chew. Has to get shot in the back as for it. And nicely done from Team Diff. Continuing to press their advantage and continue to build up this lead. A bit of momentum for the first time in this series.
Yeah, very good round there from the side of Team Diff, as their executes are what have been really separating them right now from the side of Tony and friends. There's just not much they can do to stop. It seems like even with the stall there from Dave PT, there wasn't anybody from the side of Tony and friends who was able to rotate in to support Dave PT alone on the site here. As once again, super fast execute coming out.
Love Huns on that operator. It does seem to be a comfort weapon. And now Team Diff in full force. The aggressive push we're seeing coming out here. Jura does get the better of Noel, but Dash is going to get that PT. 520 as well. It's a full push onto A site, and now it's all up to Tony and friends. We've been in this situation before. The 1v4. Fart, buddy, how are you going to play this one out?
Yeah, and with a stinger in hand, not much Fart can do here if they don't get aggressive onto Fart, because this weapon, not known for its distance prowess, as you see the dink come through, and now Hoon's sneaking up with the short. He's going to be able to take out Fart, and that's going to put them in a very commanding spot, 6-2 here, but the buy round should be coming up from the side of Tony and friends, and this is where they have to really try to pick up the momentum if they want to even up this half.
Yeah, this is where the ball starts rolling. You need to cut off the lead before it gets away from you here. And we do see a timeout active right now. We're not sure exactly where that might be coming from, but it does give us an opportunity to talk a bit about the state of game. So how are we feeling as this round compared to the first game that we saw?
Yeah, and it's a completely different style, as you're saying, like how they're playing it out, and it's mostly because they've switched to a composition where it's less two duelists trying to take space in different areas and more so double initiators that are helping set up the plays for Noel to go in to execute onto the site very quickly. And you don't see them scattered on the map. All 4 or 5 of them generally travel together in a pack and use all their utility and run in together and make those trades here. And it really seems like they're catching a lot of Tony and friends players off guard in a solo position where it's very easy to trade and very easy to get those kills onto, especially with how they're placing their utility onto those sites for execution.
We love to see the swap up here from Team Diff, and as the timeout timer fades away, hopefully the issue was resolved. Maybe just a bathroom break or something like that. But we see here another split sort of map. We do know that Huns has loved to be the one to go towards that top spawn, as he is able to get those flanks, especially with his excellent trigger hands, knowing how well he's done on the operator. Hopefully he'll be able to do it again for his team there. And now the split is actually going to go over towards a full B-side push, but did Tony and friends know this?
Looks like they're setting up behind this brim smoke towards the B main area, walking up all the way as close as possible, making no sound whatsoever, and getting ready to make this execute on this site. It looks like there's a fault line being held. Oh, it's a rolling thunder, excuse me, as now Noel can run straight onto the site and try to take this tower position. Just Kobe there to defend, and it's just a solo play from Kobe with no utility. So Noel getting the better hand on that one there, as the post plant positions are going into place for the side of Team Diff.
Absolute silence roars into thunder as Team Diff now firmly planted in this B site, is in the 2v5 position, and they are making light work. Spenzino forced to run for the hills, and Team Diff have made it look all too easy. Love that patience there. Love the ability to pull the trigger finger as one, not as 5 players, but as a Team Diff, making this lead grow and grow.
Yeah, and Spenzino just waiting beside the chamber Billy as Dog takes themselves out with the Molotov as attackers secure that one. Spenzino should be able to get a cheeky kill, but whiffs a little bit as 520 is able to take them down, so no gun being carried over into this round. Just the showstopper and the Nightfall that's still being held on by Spenzino. They really got to empty that ultimate out of the pocket sooner rather than later, as momentum is really in the favor of Team Diff right now.
Yeah, momentum continuing. Once again, Huns on his signature up, other fill assault rifle buys, and another eco round. It makes us wonder, how does Tony and friends... it makes us wonder how they actually come back into this round. How they come back into this game.
Oh, here it is, the showstopper from Spenzino. It's good for one as it takes down Noel, but Dog trading right back. Great play there from the side of Team Diff. Once again, the trades on their execution have been so on point, and now it's put them into a numbers advantage situation, as 520 should be able to get one more here, maybe even a third, as Dash cleans up the last final kill, and it's not looking like a very close one on this map anymore.
Where the first game was going tit for tat, blow for blow, it is now an absolute knockout from the side of Team Diff with 6 straight wins in a row. It's just so excellently done. They love jumping around. They love to have fun with themselves, and they are continuing to grow that lead here.
Yeah, and once again
just a full buy.
And Dash and Hoons leading the charge once again for the side of Team Diff, showing how mechanically prowess they are, especially on the support agents of all the agents instead of the duelists. As they once again go for the execute onto the A site, and it seems like I'm a broken record when I talk about this. They're using the same smokes as the smoke, though, on the heaven position, or the drop position, excuse me. It misses, and this time around, a different result coming out as Kura is able to hold down 2 players away, and now it's just Hoons left in this 1v4.
Hoons caught in the smoke behind this door here. Does have the operator, but it's a different story this round. Caster cursed it again, but Tony and friends are able to pick it back up. Those 1v1 trades, despite the effective strategy that was working for Team Diff before, maybe Tony and friends have figured it out.
They may have figured out that they just execute A. And it seems like they've been, after picking up on this habit, I wonder what they're going to do this time.
Yeah, and with so few rounds left before the swap, it's going to be interesting to see where they are going to swap it up. If they do at all, or do Team Diff just continue their effective strategy, which worked so well for them before. We see the full aggro push here.
Smokes, same smokes they've been throwing every single round, but they are changing up the execute a little bit. The haunt is going to go towards drop as Benzino takes down 1. Good trade from Dash. Kuro takes down 2, and now Dash 1 more back as well, so only a 3-on-2 situation. But it is Dash and Hoons in this 2-on-3, so you still have to be wary, and an operator still up on both sides.
Operator still up on both sides, you're right. These firefights in the past have gone all the way of Team Diff. This isn't a scenario that they're fully familiar with, and now both sides have agreed to split up, go one-on-one. We do see Dash capturing the orb, trying to get a little bit more advantage before having to press into this B site right now.
Oh, and this fake is so good. Dash is onto the site. The op shot from Fart misses. And now they're so sold that it's going to be B here. But it's just a solo player of Dash, as Hoons is alone on the A site.
Dash, the sacrificial lamb, unless he is able to get a kill. It does pick up his 3rd of the round. And now Hoons with the play. It's a mastermind tier play. Now, is he going to try and stay on site or try and reconvene with the rest of his team? It's a dash, a mad dash over to A site, and who will get there first with the shot? Hoons is able to bring it down to a 1v2. It's all on Fart here with 9 HP. You could count it on your fingers, people, and it is so close, but these sight lines might just make it possible for Team Diff to clutch it out, and they do. Excellently done. The 1v1s, the 1v person split here to A site. 1 goes to B, and nicely done from Team Diff.
Yeah, and that all started off the back of the missed op shot from the side of Fart there. If Fart hits that initial shot onto Covey, there might have been a situation where they don't rotate over and then it becomes a 1v3, but that first whiff shot allowing Dash to run onto the site there just makes it very tough situation, as this that's the reason why the fake works, as Hoons is now able to just walk onto the A site. And because of that, Dash also gets a timing onto Covey, who was trying to sit under the tower position to use the Nightfall on the plant tap, which never came through. And in that 2v1 situation, they play it perfectly with the crossfires. So another execute going to come out this time.
And it's an instant dash over towards that B site. It's picking it up. Noel is going absolutely on fire here on the Neon, just sprinting across, trying to get towards that B. But we do see evens it out a bit, but it's still 5-2. Spenzino, how are we going to reply to this one? Team Diff have all the options here. They can just pick up the spike and go over towards A site. They can keep pressuring towards B, hope to find a pick, and then full push with their numbers advantage. They have so many options right now.
Yeah, but there's no way for them to recover the spike in this situation, as Spenzino and Cura full information as the full defense rush comes out. And even on defense, they're just a 5-man execution squad that pushed together. Very excellent play, and one Spenzino nade paint shell probably could have stopped all that action, but it really seems like the default utility is just not there right now on Fracture when it comes to Tony and friends.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting to see that once Team Diff, they are put on defenders for the first time on this map, and they're the ones to be able to take charge, to take control over that enemy side of the map, and they were able to just make it look so damn easy.
It does look like a force buy has come through here for the side of Tony and friends, even without as utility, and that was an excellent combo from Noel and the team with the haunt as well. And now so lost with that BT in the smoke as Team Diff taking control once again, 4 against 2.
Team Diff are not the ones to shy away from the fight. They are the ones punching first. They sprint into that enemy side, where Tony and friends were the ones to sit contently, act as little turrets in their sight. It's now a bloodbath, trying to run away. Kobe, get out of there! Stabbed in the back is Kobe, and Dash, the rest of Team Diff along with him, making it look so simple. The way they used their aggressive style to absolutely press the attack onto Tony and friends, make themselves the attackers instead of defense. It's just looking immaculate here for Team Diff as they bring themselves to a 3-11 lead right now.
Yeah, and it really seems like Tony and friends have maybe given up a little bit. They're forcing the buy once more. In this situation, I can maybe agree with the force, because just once the other team has gotten onto 12, it's so tough. And once more, the utility off the rip is just so good from one side. And now, in a blink of an eye, it's just Fart left in this 1v4.
And look, they're not even waiting. Hoons is already trying to get towards him and is able to pick up the kill on the Fart. The instant they get those 4, they're not celebrating. They're saying, how do we pick off this last guy? 3-12, match point, the point of the series here for Team Diff, and they have been absolutely stomping in this second match.
A gift.
Yeah, and I really wish we could see Tony and friends just use a little bit more utility to slow down all these executions and split the team up, because the executions comps best, like, things that glue them together is whether or not they can space in a situation where one player peaks and the next one can trade off utility. But if you throw something that splits the team up so half the team gets past and 2 of the players stay behind, then you can really break up that execution timing and get picks and find your timings.
Tony and friends, I think they left the spike. I'm not sure whether it was intentional or not, but now I like the aggression we're seeing. They are fully pushing over towards B site, and this is the first time that Team Diff haven't had to face a full squad, but Fart is trying to hold the line on those cables, but is going to fall ultimately. Does go 1-for-1. This is the bestest look for Tony and friends in these recent rounds. Let's get their first plant down, and now it's all up to how well they can be the ones to defend.
Yeah, Spencino does have the showstopper, so this is a big thing that they can use to secure this round. But if the flank from Noel is good here and takes out the showstopper, it could be a very tough situation. Spencino not clearing the timing perfectly, and that's going to be Team Diff taking it home for the Phantom Festival, winning the rest of the weekend out. And congratulations to both teams.
This was a fantastic series. Match 1 was just completely back and forth, and then once we saw Team Diff come online, they were absolutely unstoppable. Love to see it from both teams. They performed excellently, and just congratulations to both, but Team Diff taking it home in the end.
Yeah, really showing Tony and friends that it might have been a little bit of a Team Diff situation there. And so congratulations once more, and they'll be taking home the prize of the Phantom Festival. And thank you guys, viewers at home, for watching and joining us on this weekend to celebrate just esports and everything gaming. We've started kicking it off with the Rocket League tournament yesterday and finishing it off today with the Giant Valorant tournament, which is exactly what you guys wanted. And I hope to see more of these Waterloo esports action coming in to play soon. And I had a blast casting everything.
Yeah, this was an absolute banger. I'm so glad we were able to showcase a local Waterloo community talent, and it was just all fun all around. So congratulations again to both teams. But Bowser, is there anything left we have to say in the face of this grand finals?
No, I think that you pretty much covered all of it, but shout outs to everyone that's worked the event, Sky, who's been the TO, as well as Marbles working the background as well, doing all the Q&A stuff. Shout outs to Luigi, who's been our production staff, as well as the Observer, taking up 2 hats at once at the same time. And shout outs to you, Flarfels, for joining me today, even though you've got a midterm tomorrow. So now it's time to wrap things up with the esports stuff and focus on being a student once more. So thank you guys, also viewers, for tuning in and watching this tournament. And if you played as well, and it's all really you guys that make all these events possible.